Is it the problem itself or the filter that you're using to see that problem, to gaze at that problem, to assess that problem? So if you're human, and I assume that you are human watching this video, all throughout your life, you will be faced with issues, with problems, with scenarios, with complications. And I've been thinking lately, is what I am deeming or what I am terming a problem, is that truly a problem? Or is it more that the lens with which I am seeing that issue is what is creating or making me feel like there is a problem? And I think that this can be quite challenging, because I think a lot of the time the lens, the way of gazing at a scenario, the way that we see something, has a lot to do with so many factors in our lives. It has a lot to do with our upbringing and the way that maybe our family, the way that our parents viewed those issues, and the lens with which they put over those issues. It could do with our experiences, like maybe we've had like a bad experience or what we would deem a negative experience, and now it has affected the lens within which we see that particular type of situation. In line with that, it could have to do with trauma that we've been through, just our overall disposition in life as well. I find that the filter in which you are seeing that problem shows you more about yourself than the problem, because it teaches you what you might need to heal within yourself. And it also shows you the kind of relationship you have towards that issue or that situation. For example, I'm just going to pick any example. Maybe the problem that I have right now is that I am new in a job and I'm feeling a lot of discomfort and a lot of dysregulation, and perhaps the filter that I'm using to see this situation or this problem is, it sucks to be new. There is nothing to be gained in the newness of something, or being brand new or unfamiliar with something. Perhaps the filter is like, I just need to get over this stage of my life and just keep pushing through until I am no longer new in that role, or I'm no longer new in that position. Or perhaps the filter I'm using is that I don't know anything, I don't know anyone, and there's nothing I have to offer. So perhaps those are the filters that I am using to see that situation. And what that teaches me about myself is that maybe I need to work more on uncertainty and being in a situation where I have no, where I feel like I have no point of reference. Although we've all been in new things before, so there is some kind of reference, but where I have that feeling like I don't have any reference for this situation. Maybe I need to work on gratitude for what I have, or this feeling that just because I'm unfamiliar or new to a situation or a scenario or a group of people or a job doesn't mean I have absolutely nothing to offer. In fact, there's a lot I have to offer as someone new coming into perhaps an already established dynamic or organization. There's a lot of new things that I can bring to the table, right? A different energy, different dynamics, all of that. It's really hard for us when we have been taught, conditioned, programmed to view a situation from that particular lens. It's really hard for us to shift that, especially once we've reached a certain age and you've been doing that your whole life. It's really hard for you to then go and say like, oh, I'm going to look at that situation or scenario from a different angle, from a different lens. Sometimes that feels impossible to do. So some lens that I had seen in my own life in which I was viewing a situation is like, for example, this viewing a scenario in my life from an attitude or mindset of scarcity or lack or loss, of fear that that thing will no longer be in my life, that I'm gonna lose something, that there is little choice, little possibility in the matter. Sometimes you can be viewing a scenario or a situation from the lens of from a lens of what isn't there rather than what is there. So this is kind of like that all or nothing mentality of just focusing on, oh, well, there isn't this or there isn't that, or I don't have this, or I don't feel equipped in this area, or I don't feel skilled in this area. But you kind of forget all of the ways in which you are equipped and you are skilled, and all of the opportunities and possibilities and resources that actually are available and are part of that scenario, that situation. Thinking about that discomfort or that emotion that I feel inside of me, is that caused by the filter that I am using? Almost like, that expression of rose-colored glasses. Those filters could be maybe green or black or like blue colored glasses. Like as I put those types of glasses over my eyes, that is what I'm using to see. And it's good to be able to assess, what filter am I using to see the situation, and how can I change my filter? How can I employ a different one? Could I go from scarcity to abundance? Could I go from lacking appreciation to gratitude? Could I go from an all or nothing mindset to being more nuanced and seeing what are the differences and and seeing what are the varieties and different possibilities here? Could I go from feeling fixed, that things will always be the same, things are stuck in limbo and they're not going to change, to one of more like evolution, of progression, of advancement? Could I go from viewing a person in a particular way because of some kind of behavior that they exhibit to seeing them more fully, seeing that they are a multifaceted and a very nuanced being? Even if they're not necessarily portraying themselves that way, I can still employ a filter, a good filter, one that is based in health and well-being and truth, to see someone, because that's what I want to bring. That's the peace and the fullness that I want to bring to that situation. So think about it. Is it your filter, or is it the problem? And yeah, sometimes honestly it's just the problem, but our filters can help us see that problem or scenario in a way that will help us have a better sense of well-being as we move through that issue. My name is Imo, and if you've reached the end of this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please support me and like. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that this was a video worth watching, and it promotes it. So please please like and subscribe and comment, and thank you so much for watching.